Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the ASUS ROG DreamLeague Season 3 here, and we're over at the casting panel.
He just like hunched over, like Shane yelled to us, like you guys should both be lower, so I'm the tallest.
Oh, should I be lower?
No, but it's Shane, so you
can do that. Right, let's get ourselves into the draft, boys and girls. It's Na'Vi versus Empire here. It's the first game of the best of two series. And so far with the picks and the bans, well, it's pretty much exactly what we expect. Na'Vi, they take out the Undying, they take out the IO. Empire in return, they get rid of the Beastmaster, they get rid of the Visage. That's going to mean the Na'Vi, they're going to be able to slip through the old Quap, and Empire, they'll be able to slip themselves the Gyro. And the Vengeful Spirit, a support that we've actually not seen that much recently.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised by that as well.
Second pick.
I think it's a lot. Well, I don't know if it's better necessarily because the Undying is banned and the Wisp is banned, but it is, I guess, a tiny bit. I'm not sure if Undying is like the first ban-worthy hero, though. I think there's a lot of ways to deal with him. Unless a Na'Vi have like a specific strategy in mind that Undying would be really good against.
I guess they don't want to first pick the Gyro or something like that.
Yeah.
And they don't really play the Lone Druid, so I think it's a worth ban. And they take out the BM and Visage on Empire, which is kind of suspected.
Yeah.
Good bans all over.
Second pick for the side of Na'Vi with the Quap picked up. What could they else could they pick that's going to be kind of maybe mobile, maybe going to be able to assist the Quap in the ganks early on in the game?
I don't know necessarily. Like Queen is such an ambiguous opening. Like you can pick so much with Queen, and all your openings are pretty much going to be strong. So I think it's just as likely to be a Funnick hero as a Dendi hero. And I think that's the strength that it gives you is like we don't have to make a hard decision right now. We can just pick like some kind of support early, you know.
Yeah.
Just go with what we want.
For sure. I think they want some kind of playmaking support like Lion or Disruptor, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I mean,
with no Undying, Lion's a lot better as well.
Yeah.
Well, taking their time here with the second pick, Gyro and Vengeful Spirit. I mean, obviously Empire, we're seeing a little bit more being revealed from them so far in the draft. Anything that you can think is going to be picked up with the Gyro that we've seen Empire opt for before? And Na'Vi, they're going to open up with the second pick there, the Enchantress, which we of course did see looking pretty formidable in the earlier series today with Artstyle on the Ench.
Yeah, once he got out of the early game, he was doing a lot better. But I think most of that was just due to the fact that Funnick and Dendi made so much space.
Yeah.
Between the two of them, they just kind of ran the game. So Enchantress against these particular heroes, I don't feel is super strong because Gyro and Venge can fight early. Like they're not really weak to like ganks.
Yeah, I guess Gyro isn't super good because of the creeps, takes away the barrage damage.
Yeah, but that's like
so
the only
thing. Can't skirmish like that.
Yeah, maybe.
But I generally like Enchantress more on the Radiant side.
Yeah.
Feels kind of clumsy and dire.
They ran at Dire last game as well.
Yeah, I know, because you have to run around mid if you want to go there.
Yeah.
It's like longer than the Radiant way.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, that is true indeed. And well, the ban is going to be Viper from the side of Na'Vi, and obviously yesterday, Draskell, we did see Empire run the Viper, and pretty damn scary with it.
It makes me think that they want to run Queen mid if they ban Viper. Like, that's like Queen versus Viper is actually really annoying for Queen because you can't use Shadow Strike. You just have to like only skill Scream. So maybe it's a bit of a tell from the draft. Could just be because they don't want to play against Viper. That could also just be the reason too. But yeah, Centaur ban out here from Empire. Definitely a solid ban. Very good against Gyro. Very good against Venge.
5 seconds
being able to just hard engage. And I mean, the options still for Na'Vi are wide open. Like both of these drafts can transition into basically anything. That's why it's like hard to guess like what they're going to do at this point.
It still is early days indeed, and the Night Stalker ban from the side of Na'Vi. I mean, Night Stalker obviously very much a hero that kind of really suits the play style of Empire. You know, the early aggression that they're going to be looking for in the lanes, obviously with the Gyrocopter and the Venge. I mean, if you throw a Night Stalker into that, it's kind of like it's a hero that can be present in the lane and be impactful, but also in a situation that he can leave the lane and Venge and Gyro are still going to be alright on their own on the dual lane, and he can look for action elsewhere.
It's also just straight up good against Queen and Enchantress. Like first night, you have a 5-second silence. Like it's ridiculously good. Even if it's just support NS, it doesn't even have to be like this farming core hero. So yeah, definitely worth a ban. And it looks like Empire were watching the last game because they take out Centaur and Bounty together.
No more Havorsen or Funnick Bounty for this first game, at least, of this 2-game series between these two giants. But third pick now for the side of Empire.
It's weird though because if like the Centaur ban actually makes sense because of the two heroes that they have, but the Bounty ban I feel is a much more niche hero that doesn't fit into all these lineups. Maybe they only banned it because they saw Ench and Queen. Like those heroes are good at ganking, and maybe they just like that's the mentality they go with.
It's like the Enchantress Bounty combo, sort of, I think.
Yeah, it's really powerful.
Grants so much map control with that, and yeah, track overall is a really good spell.
Like, if they're going to pick DK in 5-man, I would actually say Bounty is not really that good against what they were going to do.
Exactly.
But DK mid against Queen, potentially. Not really the greatest matchup for the DK.
It's a pretty easy gank for Enchantress as well. If you can get... If he's, like, in the river, you smoke up behind him, he's dead. Like...
Yeah. And we haven't even seen their support yet, or second support from Na'Vi.
Oh, the DK, and I mean, Shane was talking about it earlier, the Resolution Dragon Knight. You know, he has been talking about the strength of this hero, and he has been playing it. And I mean, we have seen DK obviously since 6.84 being picked up a lot more. And I mean, down to the fact, I mean, do you think it's the buffs alone, or do you feel it's just kind of the playstyle of this patch suits a DK much more?
It's both. Like, obviously the hero got buffed. The lethal damage on his ulti is actually so much more impactful, I feel, than even the base damage nerf. Because previously, when you got 6 on DK, you could get a lot of heroes really low, like maybe even to 1 health, but you could never actually kill anyone because they're always able to run from you before you get the last hit in. But nowadays, it's like the damage being lethal is terrifying because it's 100 guaranteed damage on top of your auto attack that you can just die from. So yeah, the base damage decrease, it's obviously good. Like, he just got all around buff, but also the play style in general of less rubber band means that pushing harder is better than it used to be. Just overall very strong.
Well, finally picked up for the side of Na'Vi as the 3rd pick. They're going to go with the Spirit Breaker.
Yep.
Now, in terms of laning potential, do you feel this is going to be, is this going to be a solo lane core Spirit Breaker, or more likely to be a... I
think it's off lane right now.
Yeah, I guess if it was a support Spirit Breaker with an Enchantress, that'd be a little bit too... You need something more sustainable as a support role, don't you, rather than an SB?
Well, the SB is going to need a BKB eventually. Yeah. And in a support role, it's much harder to get to that point, like if he's off lane. Like maybe Na'Vi, they run their Enchantress aggro jungle again, depending on what secondary support Empire pick. I think it's less likely, though, because the Venge support already is a lot scarier for an Ench. Because you already have such low armor, and if the Venge gets like level 2 or 3, you just get hit so hard. Like you can just drop.
The flag cannon is just going to kill you straight up.
Yeah.
But I think the bathroom Enchantress, like Enchantress can easily roam to the bathroom lane and the other way around.
Yeah.
It's like good synergy there.
Rubik's going to be the pickup. One of the heroes that, obviously, as long as you've got vision, can cancel the charge from Spirit Breaker in time with the telekinesis. Other than that, is this a game for Rubik, Draskell?
I think so. Yeah. I think there's a lot of good spells to steal. Yeah. It's nice with Gyro as well, being able to reposition an enemy hero into flat cannon. And Rocket Barrage, excuse me, not flat cannon.
Oh, very nice as well, I guess, to get that quad blink.
Yeah, you can steal Blink, which is like the best Blink in the game right now. Not cooldown-wise, but distance-wise.
Yes.
But yeah, there's a lot of useful things that you can steal here.
And it's just so comfort zone as well for Empire. It's like their hero to go to with the Loa Dance.
Yeah, and then in the late game, you're going to have Nullfield as well against the Queen and the Spirit Breaker. And Spirit Breaker, a lot of people don't realize that most of his damage early is magic damage. Yeah. Like Impetus is pure, of course, but the Queen is a lot of magic damage on top of that.
Sun Wave is pure, I guess.
4th pick now for the side of Na'Vi. They do still, well, really kind of looking for a support. And I mean, I guess with the SB, we are more opting towards the likelihood of it being the Dendi Quap in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think it definitely is mid queen now.
So we still need your Havorst here. It's going to be a Leshrac, and I think that's going to be the core Leshrac on for Havorst, wouldn't you suggest?
Could still be support.
Yeah, could be on his own.
The thing is, Leshrac support as a solo kind of support is not really that good. So that's the only reason that I would think it's core.
Yeah, I mean, I believe we have seen Havorst, it was a while ago, playing the Leshrac. So.
Yeah, it is possible. Yeah. Like, I think farming Lesh is an interesting take for this kind of draft, but it does make their push incredibly scary. And during the late game, or even mid game, for example, if you have a good start on Lesh, you're just so tanky. Like, you just walk into the middle of them and you just deal a ridiculous amount of damage.
It's really good. Like, for pushing as well with the Enchantress and stuff like that. Yeah. You can just go and deathball, kind of.
Yeah.
The final bans this, so Team Empire banned the Shadow Demons. I guess they think it's core.
Yeah, they think it's core.
I mean, Shadow Demon would have been a very nice addition there to the lineup of Na'Vi, of course. Na'Vi ban out the Phoenix, which indeed does still look like the Team Empire.
Did they just go Clock here?
Solo lane.
I think Clock is super strong for Empire.
Clock is good.
I mean, we do see it picked up quite against Enchantress.
Or anything, so
yeah, they have nothing to stop Clock Hook and like.
Good against the Spirit Breaker, trying to charge across the fight.
Yeah, it's super disruptive to their style, which I think is why they would pick it here. And plus, it's synergy with Gyro as well. Tide is kind of the same. But I still think Clock is, like, maybe not better, but you can do more with the Clock, I think, than you could do with the Tide.
It's better in lane as well, I think. Yeah. But the Enchantress is, like, it's gonna be a dual lane for sure, so...
Yeah.
You can get a lot.
Still need this final hero, and it is looking like it's going to be the final support pick.
I think they really wanted the Shadow Demon. It's perfect for this kind of draft. You can set up for Enchantress and you can like save the Leshrac. And
I mean, what about the Bane pickup? Would that do a
they
similar
have
job?
Rubik and Venge already, so I don't think it's that great. Especially with Ravage, you're never gonna get a feed script off.
Sven support. Okay.
Or, yeah. Or are they swapping it around now? And no, it's to be a Force
Sven.
Slash. Yeah, it's
because the aura is super good with the armor against Flak Cannon, and I was actually thinking Sven. Super good pick.
Okay, so
Should have said it, man. Could have looked like a genius.
Yeah, I was gonna say it,
mother.
then we were talking about something else. But yeah, I've seen this a lot from Alliance.
Yeah.
They love this combo.
Oh, yeah, support Sven it is for the side of Na'Vi, and inventive lineup from both sides. We are seeing the Tidehunter, and I mean the rise of the Tide is 6.8 for the patch for a Tidehunter. Do you reckon? It obviously got a few buffs.
I think in this draft it's still very good. Like the whole purpose of the offlane pick for them was to have another hero who's very disruptive to the team. Like they needed something that could be in the fight and just like stop aggression for a second, and Tide does that pretty well. So I still think it's solid. Clock could have done pretty much the same, I feel, but Tide is the option they go for.
Well, we're into the game, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Empire versus Na'Vi, the first of a two-game series here at the ASUS ROG DreamLeague Season 3. Let's see what we've got going on the side of Na'Vi. We're going to have Funnick on his solo off-lane Spirit Breaker. Mid lane is going to be Den Decroppin. Up in the safe lane tri-lane, we're going to have Artstyle heading into the jungle on the Enchantress, Seneko on the support Sven, and finally that will, of course, leave Havors to be playing this Position 1 Leshrac. I'm Odie Pixel. I'm being joined by Draskell and 8mother here today. And, well, Draskell, do you want to give us a lowdown on what's coming out from the side of Empire in this first game?
Definitely. Vaughn here, stand-in, going to be playing here on the Tidehunter. Going to have Resolution handling his very well-known Dragon Knight. Going to have Silent also playing on one of his most well-known heroes in the Gyrocopter. Always Want to Fly is playing up here on the Venge. And then Aloha Dance playing on the Rubik. And I do like both teams' drafts, honestly. They're both very strong, so should be a very good game, I think.
Good game on hand indeed, and well, getting into the game, 8mother, any words on any things that we need to kind of keep a lookout? If Na'Vi get ahead at a certain point, is it going to be hard for Empire to come back? Any key item pickups that either team's going to be looking for before the action kicks off?
I think the most important thing is going to be like cooldown, how you manage your cooldowns right now. Because when Tide gets Ravage and stuff like that, those team fights is going to matter so much, or how the momentum shifts.
Yeah, I think in the late game, I kind of still slightly favor Empire because they have 2 hyper carries and they have Ravage, which is like crazy good late game.
And they have a defensive support. They can always save somebody. Na'Vi doesn't have that luxury in the same way.
I think the Enchantress is also going to be relatively important. Like, can they gank Resolution at all? Can they wrap around on top and maybe kill the Tide? Like, those rotations are going to matter a lot. Because I don't think Dendi is necessarily going to need a lot of help middle lane, but Resolution, if we know him, he will still find his farm.
Yeah, I think this is a really good matchup for Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see how that matchup gets on. Top lane, giving a little bit of harassment here to this Ivan Tide, trying to keep him backed out. They're going to throw down a Storm Hammer as well. And with the stun as well, taking a fair bit. He has got an Anchor Smash here to reduce the damage from Seneko, but they might want to try and chase this one down. Ooh, bring him very, very low, but they're not going to be able to dive him that far. But they're going to be able to force him out of the lane. Did Tide come to lane with a South? Yes, he did. He's popped the South.
He knows he's going to get beat on.
Yeah, he's got about 7 tangos as well, yeah. He's ready for this. He's ready for this kind of aggression, and indeed, as you said, there's going to be a lot of aggression coming out from both Lesh and Sven.
That's one of the better times they actually had an opportunity to kill, though, because it was pre-Kraken shell.
Smoke.
This is a nice smoke indeed. As soon as that little bit of aggression tops, Seneko and Artstyle looking for the rotation towards the mid lane. Aloha Dance is about on the Rubik. Resolution, he's going to go forward. He feels safe with the Rubik there, but is the Rubik actually going to be able to stop this? No, there's going to be the dagger onto Resolution. Seneko getting in nice and close and personal with the Storm Hammer. This is going to be your first, but almost certainly did. No! The deny! Oh!
Why did they turn?
They turned, they thought they had it. Oh, the deny there from Aloha Dance, and wow, what a play.
Okay, that was actually just a huge mistake by Na'Vi.
Like,
yeah, that's actually a big deal, because that was first blood right there.
Yeah. And now First Blood looks like it could be going to Empire here.
Oh,
Funnick in bottom lane.
Yeah, indeed, onto Funnick. He's going to be able to find himself Creeway. We'll be able to charge you on 30 HP.
Hi, Roshan.
Roche? No.
Oh, haste.
Oh, hello.
He gets a free trip back to base now. Not too shabby.
Artstyle. He's looking with the rotation here. He's going to throw out the old rock there from the Rock Golem onto Silent, but looks like that's going to be it, just forcing them back down the lane. Getting his Satire Tormentor to shove his purple balls in the face of Silent.
That boulder toss, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Like Hadouken and boulder toss.
Hello, Dance. Trying to find Artstyle here with a little bit of a wrap-up, but again, taking a fair bit of damage from the Satire and the Golem.
He's not going to have cooldown, though, to go on this.
Has he got the stun available yet on the Golem again?
1 second.
It's a 30-second cooldown.
Yeah.
It's very, very long.
Mid lane, Dandy and Resolution giving it some here. Just keeping each other low. In terms of the mid lane CS, we're seeing 9 for 4 on Dendy, 7 for 2 on Resolution. So Dendy with a slight lead, and of course, well, it was denied, wasn't it? So there wasn't really anything to write him about. A little bit of lag coming through, unfortunately. Looking at both safe laners, we see Havorst at the moment, 9 for 2.
Oh, God.
And bottom lane, they're going in on silent art style, trying to go aggressive. Does get held back. And, Ivan, he's in trouble. Saneko and Havorst chasing him down here through the die jungle. He turns around with the anchor smash. Isn't going to be enough to stop himself from dying. He will go down. And, well, we won't actually find out who gets the kill for that one. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Sorry about that. It's the message is a little bit delayed, but first blood does go to Havorst there, killing Ivan. Bottom lane. What happens here? Find out next. Oh, no. Finding out now.
I think he's fine, given the position of the heroes. I don't know. Yeah, I'm saying, like, maybe he's not fine. I don't know. He has charge off cooldown. Yeah, he's fine.
I think he's fine. They have to lift him to get in range of the barrage, then he can charge away and he's fine.
Yeah,
they can't stop the charge.
It's Griff's got a message.
I heard.
Is this Griff's or what?
No, it's Webboss on his PC.
Weppus. Weppus, what's this? Hey, Weppus, where's my invite?
Hey, everyone, check your Skype. You're getting messages.
Yeah, okay.
And, okay.
Everything is...
Puts me in offline, but shows messages.
That's super annoying. All right. Well,
they killed something.
Was that like a 5-man fade bolt?
Yeah, Funnick died there. Oh, Artstyle died too, I think.
He's flying.
No, wait, what? Okay,
what?
The Avenge died and Artstyle died. I thought Funnick died. That was weird. Okay. I'm totally confused right now. It's very difficult to follow the game and like...
I don't know what's
like 0.5 FPS.
But people even watching this.
No, it's actually less.
Is the stream down? Hello, if you can hear us, send help.
We've been locked in the studio for months. They won't let us go.
Hello. Help me, please.
The dream is dead.
Oh.
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 Rubik died to
Rubik
neutral.
died.
Where?
I don't know. I think he might have wanted to go back to base.
Yeah, he was 50 HP.
Well, some intense early game action here.
Oh, this is fantastic.
This is like a turn-based
I can't
RPG.
believe.
Yeah, a little
I
bit.
can't quite believe what
bad.
we're seeing here from both sides. A fantastic play. The early game is going to go down in history.
I don't think we'll ever see that again in the history of Dota. Shiva, I was gonna say it. You don't have to like.
Nobody's ever done this.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What's left, right, and center? He's gonna do it now.
Oh,
wow!
Then neat. Wow!
Unbelievable.
Saneko here.
Brilliant play.
On the top lane. 3 CS so far into the game.
You know what the irony of this is?
What?
Usually it's the players who have the connectivity issues, and this time...
I don't think we've got anything happening here.
He died?
He's a level 5 though. It's
He died.
Are we back? Is it the dream?
We're back. He went,
Hello, Touchdown, can you hear me?
he went aggressive on the Rubik with the
We're back.
creeps.
I think we're back.
They died. He
All right.
died. He did.
All right.
Picnic's over.
Everything's
School,
fine.
can you please sum up what we've missed?
All right, so everybody was running in place for a while.
Kung Fu
Then
fighting?
Avenge died. Yeah, Kung Fu fighting. That's true. They weren't fast as lightning, though, because they weren't moving at all. But turns out that Na'Vi have got some kind of lead, and now they're diving here.
Oh, Storm having into Ivan. They're going to
TPs.
follow it up with the Lesh. But Lesh with the anchor smash and the Gush turning around Snako. There's a magic missile from Always Want to Fly. Tidehunter will be able to find the kill onto Sven. And Sven diving a little bit too deep there. And the TP reactions were indeed there for Empire. Mid lane Dragon tails the backside of Dendy, but Dendy is going to be A-OK.
By the way, I just want to say that Resolution knows that he has to save his Mango.
He's still got the Mango.
I think so.
Yeah.
Mango's like really good on strength heroes. He's probably like the best item or best person to buy Mango on.
Silent.
That's not your base, bro.
It's all right. He's fine.
I don't think he's fine.
Well, he might not be fine.
What do you mean?
I'm no math guy. but-
Gyro is super loud again because of the lag or something.
It's alright, what
Oh, it is that.
Dude, he is actually like...
It's like inside my brain.
He's certainly not silent.
Got him. You know, nobody else almost made that joke because it was too easy.
You're just jealous, mate.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's like unbelievably bad.
Right, 5 for 4 between these sides. We do apologise for the network connectivity. Shane was downloading videos that he shouldn't be at work. Anyway, 8 minutes in. There's gonna be right. No, still nothing happening up here. But 5 for 4 anyway. Na'Vi looking pretty good overall net worth in terms of farm. Gyro is at the top, and then he's quickly followed by both the Queen of Pain and the Leshrac on the side of Na'Vi.
It's expected though. Like Dendy's had an easy lane against DK. He's played it well on top of that, and he even gets a regen. So the green for him is alive.
He's going to have a Stormhammer onto Low. He might live. He might live. Everyone's trying to dive in, but oh, here comes the charge from the Spirit Breaker.
That's heartbreaking. The Bracer value is massive.
I'm surprised they didn't go for the ulti at 6. I think it's really, really good.
They buffed it too, so now it's like 100 damage.
It doesn't really cost you that much mana either.
Yeah, it's definitely an always get ability, I think.
I think so too. I don't think the stun is worth it, because it's only damage on the stun. And
no,
radius.
I mean like you should always get it at 6.
Yeah.
Like every single game.
I think it's too good.
Ooh, hard start here, playing a bit of a game here, always on a fly, silent, throws down the cooldown, but he gets caught out by the dagger. He will be able to find the kill onto Enchantress, gets fairly low, but the telekinesis on Dendy. Dendy will be able to find the Gyro with the final scream, and it, even though a low heart dance tries to hold him back, it's not enough to save the Gyrocopter. 2-for-1 trade there, favouring the side of Empire though, as both Dendy and Artstyle fallen. Oh, hello. That's a charge stolen, and he's not going to use it now. Doesn't have the follow-up to take down Funnick on the Spirit Breaker.
Okay, he's actually just dying to wolves. He just lost half of his HP to the wolves. I think he wants to put him on high ground. I think that's why he's still there.
Yeah. You could charge him and lift him.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like just drop him on the high
But
ground.
he could just charge down, I guess. Or kill him, even.
I guess, yeah.
He can just charge your face and kill him.
No, what'll happen is he'll get bashed. Like mid-charge.
Here we go, charge here onto the bottom lane, on to Always Want to Fly. There's the backup of Avor's coming in. Resolution does manage to get the ultimate out. Magic Missile holding, running back, but he gets the Nether Strike still out onto the Vengeful Spirit. One more hit will do it. They do find Venge. Now you call down for Sunny. He's trying to turn this one around, coming straight into 3 members of Na'Vi. But Zaneko, he pops the ultimate and he tries to turn and fight. He gets held in place. He will go down. Double kill for Resolution. They're going to be able to find Funnick as well. 3 heroes down. The Sonic Wave did come through and burst down the Gyrocopter. And it's a double kill for Denny's Quap. He cleans up the Rubik as well. Resolution's diving. Oh, he jukes out the stun and he will find her Vorst here. But now he's stuck between the creeps, between Dendy and the wall. He's trying to turn and fight with the Dragon Tail. He's going to go for it. The Rampage. It holds Dendy in place. Dendy goes down. He does manage to kill Resolution with a triple kill, but it's an ultra kill for the Dragon Knight. Battle of the super meters there. Ultra kill for Dragon Knight and the triple kill for Queen.
Queen died first, not worth. So not worth.
Yeah.
That was like that stun from the Lesh. If he landed that on Resolution, it would have been instead a turnaround for Na'Vi. So a little bit unfortunate.
I don't know why he choked so hard there. That was strange.
Yeah. That's the second time he's missed a stun like that too. Yeah. Like a stun that's very easy to
He
telegraph.
didn't even have his ultimate. I think that would have done so much
Oh
work.
yeah, I would have crushed that
Like
fight.
if he just started chasing you, you have the ult in the
Wild
trees.
Style takes away for Terror Gush and a Magic Missile to the backside, but with the Nature's Attendants, they'll be able to attend him back up to a healthy amount of HP. Now Dendy comes in, blinking forward with the Scream with the dagger onto the Tyrant, who tries to walk it off, turns around with Gush onto Dendy, but with the right click from Armstrong and Dendy, it should be enough. Scream will finish him off there. But top lane, Aloha does, he gets charged, and Echo's there as well. Nether Strike has tried to cast, but Telekinesis holding in place. He steals the charge! Oh, the Nether Strike still catches out Aloha Dance. That was nearly the play,
that was so close to being the play. Oh my god, if he lived there, that would have been insane. Oh. By the way, this Enchantress just hit 6 now at 11 minutes in.
Is that good?
It's not doing too well.
No.
It seems like a theme where Artstyle plays Enchantress and just does not have a great early game. Which is kind of the opposite of what you want on that hero.
That's what you want. Strange.
Did the Artstyle way.
He went his own jungle this time, right?
Yeah, he did.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, they killed DK, but he got denied. So that's a lot of the...
Yeah, that's
like
a big reason why.
Game.
12 minutes in 11 to 14 this game. A lot of stuff happening. Stormhammer thrown down onto Ivan. But, well, Spirit Break actually TP's out. Doesn't want to follow through with that action. Havorst, what's his plan? He finds himself a bouncy release. Oh, Artstyle, he's going to live with the Nature's Attendants now with a charge onto Silent, cancelling the TP. The Telekinesis will hold Funnick back. Can they still continue to fight this? Denny throws out a Sonic Wave. They'll be able to punch down the Jar. Now they turn to a low hard dance. They will be able to find him. One more click, double kill for Dendy. Always Want to Fly, trying to turn around onto Funnick as he gets Dragon Tail by Resolution. Dendy continues the fight. He's going to find a triple kill as he also brings down a Vengeful Spirit. And maybe he can find Resolution as well because there's backup coming through the form of Sine. Snako. He's got a Stormhammer available. It's going to be Gush onto Dendi. They just Stormhammer onto 2. Dendi will blink out, but Dendi finding himself a triple, getting himself out as well. Na'Vi, fantastic play then the last couple of minutes.
Artside was baiting the hook there. That time it was intentional.
Yeah.
The feed was real, but it was worth, like, definitely worth it getting Dendi all those kills on top of that. And it's funny because
Radiant's
the only
top
person who's
tower
really
is under
farming at a
attack.
normal rate is Havost, but everyone else is just fighting non-stop. It's just we want to try to battle all the time. But now that he has his Pulse Nova, I would imagine that the next couple of fights he's going to be a lot more impactful. Is he skipping Edict?
4, 7.
He is skipping Edict.
Yeah,
Radiant's
he's skipping
middle
Edict.
tower is under attack.
I'm surprised.
I
But
don't
I get that
actually...
you want stats.
Yeah, but if he's farming this well, he gets like point booster and vitality booster, and he's already tanky enough. Like, I think Edict is way too good to not get if you're gonna fight and like try to push in
You
at
can
tier
get,
ones.
yeah, towers with it. Even just 1 or 2 points to get the glyph going right away is really good.
Interesting here from Havost.
Well, there is going to be a slight pauseroo as we do wait for both sides to ready themselves back up. But 17 to 12, 13.5 minutes in. This game is certainly cracking up to be quite something. G will get called by Always Wanna Fly. We'll get ourselves back on the road here with Empire versus Na'Vi. And, oh, no, we won't. We'll get ourselves back off the road as we will continue to have a quick pause. And Gleeban, aka Funnick, is apparently AFK, and you don't really want to be AFK when you're trying to play Dota.
Man, it's like, it's super standard for Dota players to do that though, because as soon as somebody pauses, like, oh, I'll just go to the bathroom really quick or grab a drink or something. So, not really surprising that something like that happens. Heck, I do it all the time. So, what do you think though, Amade? This game, it's like, it's still kind of really back and forth, but I still think Empire's late game is better. Are Na'Vi doing enough? Because no one's really gotten Roshan yet. No tier 1s have fallen at all.
Yeah, I think the pressure is on Na'Vi actually. Like, if you look at Havost, he's going for this like mass team fight build with no Edict.
Dire's middle tower
I get why you
is
want
under
it, but
attack.
I feel like you need it to be able to get something out of these team fights as well.
Yeah, their push isn't so hot without the help of Edict.
That's what I mean. So, but still, Empire has a really good team fight as well.
Here we go, Na'Vi versus Empire
go
here in the
either
bottom
way.
lane. Smoke up from the side of Empire. Who's going to make the first jump? Silent, he's looking for some kind of action. In comes Funnick. He's going to be able to dispel the smoke. Aloha does with the telekinesis cooldown and matching missile straight away onto the cow, but he's still alive. He will go down. He'll be the first fatality of this fight. Artstyle falls as well. It's a double kill for Silent. Now Snako, he is on the retreat. They're trying to chase him down with the swap there from Always Wanna Fly, keeping him in place. Resolution and Silent, they're going for a force. They won't be able to quite find him as he turns around like, but he does fall, and Snako trapped up in the trees will be able to get a Stormhammer out onto Ruby. Wave of terror from the Veg, but oh, he's still alive. Aloha does as Dendi tries to come in. Resolution, there's the Dragon Tail. Aloha does. What a player. He gets himself out. Na'Vi, they're all dead in Empire. They lose nobody.
That was like a perfect initiation from Empire. Like, they were in an amazing position. They were smoked up. They got their smoke revealed, but they still didn't have vision, so the Spirit Breaker dies without being able to do anything. On top of that, it was, what, a 2 or 3 man Ravage?
Yeah.
And after that, it's just too hard to fight into.
After that bathroom kill, it's pretty much over.
It looks like they're going for round 2 here. They've got the charge onto Resolution. Oh!
I think they see him,
Gonna have a pause.
and that sucks. Because
Come
now
on,
that they
boys.
see him, the DK
Yes.
is going to have time to stun. Normally, like, maybe you base on player reaction,
It's
Resolution.
literally just on the corner of his
yeah,
vision.
that
This
pause is super unfortunate for
But it
them.
was Snako that paused.
Yeah, it was Na'Vi that
Yeah.
paused at least. So.
Yeah, I'm
let's not make
saying-
any Reddit threads today, lads. Come on.
Even then, it would be pretty insane reaction time to see him and pause like instantly, like, yo, stun this guy.
There's a cow. There's a guy. Anyway, say the charge does follow through. Do you think Na'Vi can look for a fight here? They've got people back in
Yeah,
a
they
few
want
seconds.
to
They can
fight. They
TP
know
straight in.
there's no Tide Ravage. The Rubik had like no mana at the end. Even Resolution is almost out of mana, so they do kind of want to fight. Dendi can even buy back if they really want to go aggressive.
Yeah.
And the other heroes only have like 4 or 5 seconds left on their respawns, so.
I mean, with the charge bash, and of course he's still got the Nether Strike available as well. Funnick, he should be able to hold at least Resolution under the tower long enough to allow potentially the Lesh and the Cern to get themselves in.
Yeah, maybe. It's kind of tough though, because if he goes 2-ham and Silent just rocket barrages him like once or twice, he might lose too much health. So he needs to be careful about how he does it.
Definitely. Like, they have a lot of burst if they come in one by one.
Yeah.
You can easily get picked off. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll
it's
see though.
pretty good game so far. I like
Yeah.
70-17.
Action-packed game.
15 minutes. This is the kind of game you want from Na'Vi and Empire, and I guess you can expect it as well because it's a real clash of play styles. You know, they're similar, but they're dissimilar at the same time, and both had their merits. And so far, this game is arguably pretty damn even. I mean, you guys, you're the guys with the insight and the analysis. So who is on top here, if anyone?
If Empire are playing an even game, Empire are winning. at this stage, I feel.
I agree. Like, if you look at Chandra's net worth, she's below the bench right now.
Okay.
Yeah, she is, art style's just,
That
he's
is-
having a rough day.
That is not what you want to see. Like, she's basically a creep. Like, I talked about the Broodmother being a creep, but this is a real creep.
Yeah. This is
The funny
creeps.
part was when they were fighting bottom against the Tide Hunter, like even 4 or 5 minutes ago. No, I was less than that. I was like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
He didn't have impetus, so he was just hitting a Tide for like 10 damage a swing, and it's just like, good God, that is just sad.
Ooh, here we
pathetic.
go.
Yeah.
Here we go. He's back in the game, Leshrak. Good old Horse. And, well, we should be able to get ourselves back in. Yeah,
It's
there we go.
Classic Navi comeback, I guess.
Yeah.
Classic.
We'll see.
Classic indeed. The Dragon Tail's there to cancel the charge. And that looks like it's going to be the end of the aggression from the side of Na'Vi and Empires. They both back themselves back out.
To get their offlane
Very, very
denial.
messy fight.
I don't know, man. Like, the Queen is going to have BKB first item. Like, that's good and a bad thing. Like, it's good because it means you're going to be able to fight all the time. But it's bad because it means you're going to have a 5-second BKB by like 25 minutes in. And that really does suck, especially against heroes like Tide in super late games where you're playing into like double Ravage and things like that. And it doesn't increase your farm rate at all. Gives you no mana regen, doesn't increase your damage. Like, it's tough that he has to go BKB.
Yeah, that's not a good sign at all.
Bottom lane, Denzi, Funix, Soneko and Artstar will be hitting to get the aggression on here, and they should be able to find themselves a tier 1. Doesn't look like the side of Empire want to react to this push themselves. They're actually rotating around the mid lane, maybe going to look for a tier 1 trade of their own. Vorst is in position here in the mid lane. Does need to be careful because Rubik Aloha Dance at the moment does have charge stolen. There's going to be a charge from Funix, in fact, onto Silent towards the mid lane. He's going to cancel it though. The rest of his side, Na'Vi, aren't right beside him. Now they'll be able to get themselves in a bit of a better position. Maybe be able to force a fight here. Always want to fly. He has found Artstar, and Artstar's found him with the impetuses, and Funny coming in with the Nether Strike and the bashes. Now comes Dendi with the Scream. Will be able to finish off the bench. Now looking for more, see if they can close the gap here. Aloha Dance will charge himself away. Resolution trying to back up, but there's the slow from the Lightning. Pops the drum charge. He'll be able to get himself out. But they find themselves a quick pick off Na'Vi. And maybe they'll be able to put some pressure onto this tier 1 now. A man
Imagine
down
if they
Empire.
had Edict.
Yeah. But you can see Empire doing the right thing.
You're not a fan of the skill build.
No, I think this is the wrong build. I actually just think it's flat out wrong.
Yeah, I never think stats is more worth it.
Oh, here we go. The charge from Aloha Dance takes the storm out of the face. There's your Ravage catching out. Oh, 4, 5 of them. Silent on a killing spree. Spirit Breaker's down. Quat loses his life. Her Force will fall as well for a double kill for Gyro. Now they're going to chase it up. Maybe they can go for more here. Silent, he has got any points in the missile, but he's so damn fast. With the phase and the Yasha, the Rocket Barrage onto the back of this guy. Oh, Sven. Soneko falls as well. Dragon Knight being able to find the kill there with a Breathe Fire. And again, Empire taking the team fight 4 for 1.
That wasn't even a blink Ravage,
It's a
was it?
bloodbath.
He
just walked in. TP'd or walked
yeah,
in,
it was
yeah.
right here.
And Dendi blinked into it as well.
You saw them disengage. They had like 50 seconds on the Ravage before that
Yeah.
fight. So it was the right choice to just leave him. They ran away and he got the Ravage and then fought at the tower. It was really,
My God, that was...
really good from Empire.
It's not often you get a 5-man Ravage without blink.
No. I think Na'Vi wasn't ready for it. I think they had still like cooldown.
Well, Empire definitely feeling pretty confident after that. Like, Dendi still doesn't have BKB yet, right?
Oh, we're seeing on Dendi at the moment.
Oh, he does have it now, okay. That's actually really good for them.
Ooh, hello, this is going to be a potentially easy kill. The Magic Missile did cancel the ultimate there for Spirit Breaker, but I always want to fly. He could do his best to juke it out. We'll do a cheeky little swap, but he still goes down there to the edge. Artstar picking that one up.
They just want to fight non-stop with Spirit Breaker when Ravage is on cooldown. Like, that's their game plan. It's just like try to force as many fights as you can when there's no big ultis. I think 8 Mother was spot on when he said how they use their ultis is going to be really important for Empire. And so far, they've been pretty good. So, feeling confident for them.
Imagine if he had Edict there.
Yeah.
They would glyph it probably, but still.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a free tower. I mean, they may get it anyway, because I don't think Empire are going to contest, but the sheer speed at which you kill towers comparative to not having Edict is like, it's night and day difference.
I guess with the new glyph system, you can always glyph the Edict.
Yeah, for the tier 1s at
Yeah.
least. But still, like going tier 2 even, like having Glyph is still nice.
Yeah.
Or Edict, rather.
There we go. As soon as they take the tier 1 Na'Vi smoke up, going to be able to find any action. Doesn't look like it because the side of Empire, they're all down on the bottom lane, keeping themselves back. It's only Venge out towards the mid lane, but now she backs herself up to the high ground.
Ravage is up in 20 seconds, so they're ready to fight with the Blink Dagger on Tide as well. They might have just about to smoke. Yeah, they did.
Oh, the smoke up in return. Empire, they're going to leave the base now, and we might see a bit of a clash of the Titans again. As Na'Vi, they're still hanging about around the Ancients here. There's a nice Ancient stack as well that Gyro, of course, Silent, is going to be looking to take fairly shortly. Empire heading straight down the mid lane here with their smoke. Are they going to be able to catch anyone out here? They've got this Blink Ravage. This could be massive. Na'Vi, they're grouped up, and he comes with the Blink. The Ravage onto Void. Does it catch out Funnick? And Funnick, he's able to counter the initiation, getting him with a charge. The Sonic Wave brings them all down solo. It puts us onto a low hard dance. They've lost 3. It's only Leshrac down with the bashes onto Resolution. Then might nearly find him as well. He's able to pull up, get himself away. And Denny blinks forward. He's going to try and TP up, but the bash is there. He goes down as well. It's a T-wipe. And that is all down to the fact that Funnick was able to keep himself out of the Ravage range and got himself back in. Draskell, what a fight there.
The BKB paying off big there for Dendi. He was able to go in, land a huge Sonic Wave, and the amount of damage that... I mean, Leshrac didn't really do any. So it's pretty much all Dendi's damage, because Havos just exploded, even with his items. So all in all, like 3 heroes on their team basically die without being able to do much of anything for Empire. Just so much burst.
I think the mistake from Empire was to try like initiate with the Blink Ravage.
Yeah.
That was like, that Blink kind of ruined the fight for them, I think.
It was
more than anything.
It was the fact that they didn't catch the Spirit Breaker.
Because
then
the
he just
rest of the team
disrupted
is
it all.
here, and he's in here with the Ravage. The Ravage just stops them from running away.
Yeah. There's no follow-up after the Ravage that fight, which is a big difference.
And they all get hit by all the AoE. Like, I think it was 5-man Leshrac Lightning and like 3-man Stun and the Wave and Scream. It's like, it's too much damage.
That was a fantastic fight there for Na'Vi. Empire just getting totally caught out, but still Empire very much in the game. As we're saying, the momentum-wise, Na'Vi arguably going to need to shift it a little bit more in their favor before they start feeling truly comfortable. Empire, they're finding the farm. Yajaro, he's just cleared up the stacks, and he's looking very scary. But at the same time, Na'Vi, big pickups coming out. Vorce now finished off the Bloodstone, and of course Funnick very close to finishing off his BKB.
BKB on the Breaker, I think, is maybe the biggest next item they're going to get. Like, even Bloodstone on Havos, yeah, it's pretty good, but it's not really a game-changing item, whereas BKB on Havos means that he can focus anybody that he wants. Like, he can just solo the Rubik.
Resolution is all alone here in the dire jungle.
All right,
but
they went the wrong way.
Yeah, he died. They
don't have
kind of
vision.
sensed it. He turned, but then he was like, no, guys.
Is Arstyle baiting this? He's not in smoke.
Yeah, but it's a blind smoke, so it's always a risk that you smoke up when Roshan's alive to try to get positional advantage.
Charge towards the top lane. TP coming in as well as Na'Vi. They try and get themselves in position for this fight. Oh, Funnick with the charge. Oh, and the swap was there, but it wasn't enough to stop the Nether Strike. Still connecting. Sonic Wave onto Silent through the BKB. Glabashi getting low to the Rocket Barrage. Ivan trying to fend off the side of Na'Vi. They've lost Silent on the Gyro. They might lose a low hard dance as well as he takes a Storm Hammer to the face. Then he passes BKB, continues to fight. Take that bet. There's your Ravage onto 3 of them as it brings down penultimate member of Na'Vi. There's 2 down on Na'Vi, but Dendi, he's still alive. Clearing them up is a double kill for your Quap. Only the Rubik, and it was only the Rubik, the Gyro, and the Venge going down. They're just tied, and DK being able to escape. And Na'Vi coming out top, and maybe they find more. Dendi blinking forward. Resolution in return with the Dragon Tail. And looks like that will be the end of the engagement there. But again, these Ravages.
Yeah, they're on point. Like, Ivan has hit really good Ravages every single time. And even though the middle one was, I guess, questionable, as Eight Mother said, he still hit a lot of targets. So he's always known, like, when he can go in. That fight, Havos did a lot more damage, but he wasn't able to kill anyone because DK was just sitting on him the entire time. Like, just auto-attacking him, and he needs a BKB desperately, too. Like,
Dendi, he's going to go for some. There's a charge coming in from Funnick. There will be a TP down to the bottom tier 2 from Silent. Everyone's coming in. They can sense something fishy. They don't want anyone to be caught out. The charge still continuing in from Funnick. Does he want to go for it? Yeah, with Dendi blinking in with the Scream. Now you're charged onto Ivan. Nether Strike as well brings down the Tide Hunter, but cooldown onto both Telekinesis and Magic Missile and Rocket Barrage. Onto Funnick, brings him down. Dendi will be able to blink himself away.
Oh, he's still another strike. The Rubik
doesn't do anything, right?
Oh yeah, because it doesn't have Greater Bash.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
It just looks cool, I guess, a little bit of a
it does
switch
some
around.
damage, right? Yeah, it does 250 damage.
Okay,
it just
but
doesn't
you don't get the
Yeah,
bash.
that's true.
Yeah.
But you get out of position as fuck.
But, well, 1-for-1 trade there. Offlaner for offlaner. Who worth it for either side? Or?
I still think, because he doesn't have BKB yet, it's probably worse for Funnick to die. Like, I think he needs his BKB.
How did they know, though? They were like, he was like, I'm gonna get charged.
He was the
now.
only person showing on map, though.
Yeah.
No, there was a ward,
Yeah,
apparently.
you got the ward here by
In
the
the
bottom
river?
room.
No, yeah, on the rune.
Yeah, on the bottom room.
No, but that one was just placed.
That was after, yeah.
That was just placed.
There we go, Shiva. With the analysis there. Well, I'll keep you guys up. We'll get Shiva on the co-casting. Come on, lads, step it up. But anyway, 26 to 29, 24 minutes in between these two sides. Wow,
With all these mass
I don't know what language that was.
Yeah.
That was just
All right,
outfit.
Owen. First, you bang on the desk so hard you break your preview screen, and now you're just
Broke
like...
the screen, lads. I got too excited.
Gibberish, like.
Just keep it together.
Okay.
All right, who has the BD? Was it Dendy?
Yeah, he hasn't opened the door. This is pretty stacked now, actually.
Yeah, he's going to be getting hexed like pre-30 minutes, I guess, with this farm. Maybe, yeah, pre-30 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
The hex could be nice just for being able to initiate on, like, you could just casually hex the Tide if you find him. Like, BKB, hex him, and then your team, like, opens up and does a lot of damage.
Now, what is the benefit of having double Quelling Blade?
Look, Sonico, he might be a little bit tired,
Okay.
but we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Maybe he's seen the power of the Beastmaster and wants to get himself
Maybe he
a couple
wants
of
a
axes.
Battle Fury and a Quelling Blade. Because you got to rebuy Quelling Blade if you want another one after, even though it still does the same thing that Quelling Blade does, just better.
BKB now completed by Funny. Silent still continuing to be very scary. He's got the completed SMY very much on the way on top of his BKB. And the lower dance, what's the Ruby got stolen at the moment? He's got nothing on him. He's still got the Nether Striker now.
It's a Glimmer Cape.
Oh, he does indeed. He's
That's
looking
such a good
absolutely
item against
fabulous
Navi's
there.
team, too.
The glimmering. Smoke up. And they're going to go into the dire jungle at the moment. Just Havorst here. Oh, Havorst. Oh, the pings come out.
He knows. He knows.
I think they have the Ravage if you want to catch him. They don't want to do it.
Did they even see him yet?
Radiant's
Yeah,
They
bottom
did
They
now
do
when
now,
they
yeah.
just came out, yeah. Oh, this is potentially a Ravage. Dendy, Havorst, they're near each other. They're going to go in and, oh, Ivan's looking for it. There's going to be telekinesis onto Dendy. They're going to blow the Ravage just to hold the clock in place. Breathe fire, bringing him down. And now the swap onto Havorst. But Seneca's coming with the Stormhammer onto Resolution. Cooldown is going to catch out two of them, both Artstar and Havorst. Dendy, he's chasing down a low hard dance with the BKB. Always want to fly on the Vengeful. Will TP out. And now, just Silent, bashing him up to the cliff. He comes back down. Funnick's looking for the vision here for the Nether Strike. Artstar, he's trying to chase down the gyro, trying to give that vision here for Funnick. There we go. He's going to just go for the straight up charge. And what the whoa, he goes
They get
down.
rush off this. That's actually
Yeah.
really bad for Empire.
Yeah.
They solo Ravage the Queen, and Dendy just buys back straight away, so they can't fight. They've already TP'd out, and they have no Ravage. With no carry as well. This
I was
is
surprised. That looked so bad from Navi. The fact that they got the Gyrocopter was really huge. Because they just disengaged so well. They just ran away.
Hey, look, he's charging. He wants to fight. He's charging straight onto Resolution. There's a Vengeful Spirit and Rubik here. Magic Missile, Telekinesis, Dragon Tail holding Funnick back. He's got the Nether Strike. He still wants to go, but low hot dance with a Stolen Blink will blink himself away. Aren't going to be able to find anyone, but they are going to be able to fend Empire back and maybe even create more space to finish off Roche.
he could have just BKB'd.
I think they should have just gone for Roche. I think
Yeah.
Funnick is throwing this so hard.
Man, Funnick is just, he wants some action. It's going to TP out, but he's dead with the
Now
Wave
they
of
lose
Terror with the
Roshan for sure.
Medallion. Na'Vi putting themselves in a bit of a tricky position here because Ivan's coming in with the Gush onto her Vorst. Breathe fire up to the high ground. I'm not going to be able to chase
I
anyone
think they
down.
could still fight this, actually.
Dyer's top tower
Yeah.
is
But it's a lot
under
harder
attack.
now
Without
with
the
the boss
Funnick.
being dead. It's not a matter of like being able to take the fight, it's being able to start it. But if Empire started the fight, you could like counter engage into it. And I think that Navi would still win that fight because no Ravage and no Gyro yet. But now Silent's alive again, so yeah, they definitely can't do anything. I don't think Empire can kill Roshan yet either.
Nah. Funnick is up in 20.
And
So
Dance, he's giving it some. He's having a
but they
go.
have Medallion and stuff, so.
They want to go
Maybe
for
they
it.
can, yeah. Maybe they
They're going
can.
to send all four into the pit.
Oh,
They
you know why they went in? Because they saw Artsail top. That's why.
Ah, okay. So they know that there's time to do it. And I mean, with the Medallion and now with Silent coming in as well, they should indeed be able to clean this one up, get themselves Roshan, get Aegis onto the Gyrocopter. And that will be indeed what they do the side of Empire.
Man, throw Dota, Navi. That was definitely not the play. Like, even if Funnick had BKB'd and they went
Yeah.
for kills, even if they got like 1 or 2 kills off of it, it still would have been okay.
I mean, what was Funnick? Did Funnick need to be that aggressive? Just
It
kind of
looked
charging
like
in, creating
huge
space?
miscommunication because the
Yeah.
rest of his team was in Rush Pit.
Yeah. Like, they started following him a little bit after, but that was like basically when it was already too late. Like,
He was
if,
already dead, yeah.
if he was going to go in there, he needed to BKB before his charge hit.
I mean, again, this is a game where we argue about the fact that Artstar wasn't doing too great at the start, but 20 minutes in, he has got his Aghanims complete.
Yeah, I mean, he still does a lot of damage, and it's going to be tough for Empire to go high ground for sure. Like, Enchantress range is 740 with Aghanims, so you hit from so far away, and you deal a tremendous amount of DPS, even to BKB targets. So he is going to be a bit of a priority, I think, as the game goes on, just being able to kill him. And that's kind of the strength of Navi's draft, I guess, is they have a hidden core in their Enchantress.
Oh, Courier Resolution pops the ultimate. Will be able to bring down the Courier. It did have a Quelling Blade on. It could be the end for Na'Vi.
Sonico is cursing the world right now.
My second Quelling Blade. Oh, hello. Oh, there he is down there.
Guardian
And,
Greaves, Sven, I guess.
That would be pretty damn nice.
The armor is really good here.
Is under attack.
In a lot of ways.
There we go, Empire for the push here. It's going to be Artstar getting held back, and now the push to Dragon Tail. That Doe is definitely dead. And he will go down. They'll lose the tier 2 here as well, almost certainly the side of Na'Vi. That does fall. And maybe Empire continue to push. They've got the Aegis on Silent. They've still got a good duration of the ultimate on Resolution on the DK, so can get a few hits onto this tier 3, which will... Look how much damage this is. This is a lot of damage. I've lost the lightning bolt.
You really see the armor there.
Tower is under attack.
There's your fortification, but can Na'Vi try and take this? They're missing a hero.
They can't fight at all without the Enchantress. They need his damage.
I mean, Resolution, when's the ult wearing out? It's got to be soon as it.
Funnick even had the BKB to run away, so yeah, they're totally screwed. They lose racks.
They're trying to get themselves in position. Here, there's your charge from Funnick. Oh, he's going to cancel it. Oh, the Tony's baits out the BKB.
He has BKB on Funnick now.
Yeah, but I don't think they can catch anybody here.
No. How long is the Aegis?
You got your Blink Dagger onto your Rubik now, and oh, hello, look at the Tide Hunter.
I think it's got like 2 minutes left.
2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Tide Hunter is very close to his refreshers off.
Yeah, he doesn't have mana though, does he?
With the Arcane boots?
Oh, with level 2 Ravage, he may actually have mana.
Yeah, if he doesn't level it up.
Yes.
But they have BKB on Leshrac now, that is huge.
Oh, Na'Vi. Now they're going to go for a smoke up here into the Radiant jungle.
Dire's
Side of the
tower
Empire.
is under
He's getting
attack.
Edict now, thank God. Somebody probably smacked him. It's like, get Edict.
He's playing for the late game. That's always the intention.
So good.
Artstar probably saw his build and was like, what are you doing?
That's why he's feeding. He's flaming walls all the time.
I'm sure they're having great fun. As like Dendy said, it's a fun patch.
I mean,
There's so much
Dendy
fighting.
sounded like he was having a lot of fun, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, Dendy always sounds like he's having fun. That's just the
I
typical
think
Dendy.
it's because he's having fun.
It
all
could
the
be.
time.
Could be.
It could be, yeah.
Anyway, Dendy, talking about the man.
I thought he would actually have had his Hex by now, but there's been a lot of maybe miscommunications, bad fights taken from Na'Vi, and they're just not able to get him his Hex yet.
There's your mech complete on Sven. He's
Yeah.
closing on that potential Guardian Greaves, and I mean, obviously we saw it in the other game potentially coming out. I don't think Dendy finished it in the end on the Pugna. We were talking about the fact it frees up a slot.
No, he didn't finish it.
He didn't finish it off in the end. Do you actually need to pick it up? Do you feel it is worth that money for the recipe when there are other items you could go for at this stage if you
Maybe
still got
not
slots?
now,
No.
but at some point he probably would.
Yeah.
Like he can drop his quelling and keep a TP on him. Like if you're having problems holding a TP, then you would make Guardian Greaves.
War Silent smoked up, heading up to the high ground and straight onto the racks. Here we go, Resolution as well with the Illusion Rune as
Dire's
well.
middle barracks
That's going
has
to be
fallen.
the mid-range Drax going down. Silent, just trying to scare him off. So Nako throws out a Stormhammer. Silent's fairly low. The impetus damage is doing quite a bit with a Nether Strike. That is going to be one person down. But
BKBs.
being popped by her Forced, and Dendy the Ravage only catching out, I believe, the Funnick on the Spirit Breaker. But it doesn't matter. And look at the damage coming out from Empire. So Nako, he'll fall as well. He did manage to get out the Stormhammer. There's a buyback. From trying to go straight in. It's a triple kill there for Silent. Silent will go down. There's your second Ravage. Dendy falls as well. It is an absolute bloodbath here at the mid-racks. And Ivani's trying to get himself out. Resolution manning up against Funnick. Funnick goes down as well here. Artstar trying to run away, but this damage from the DK is too damn much. A Faust is there with his newly skilled Diabolic Edict, but he goes down as well. Triple kill for Resolution, and Na'Vi, they've got nothing to show for it. No buybacks available after all that they had was expended in that fight, and as you guys said, this is looking like it could be over for Na'Vi.
Dendy was so close to having buyback for that. Like he just got his buyback gold now. Had that fight taken place maybe like 10 to 15 seconds later, could have been completely different. And I think they most likely would have successfully defended. But now, if he buys back on his own, they might not actually be able to finish here. They might have to back.
Maybe.
Because if Sven and Dendy has buyback, they can't end the game. So they only get one Rax.
Dire's middle tower
And like
is
with
under
Aegis and everything else, I think still Empire come out massively ahead there. Forcing buybacks and even a dieback on Havost, like
I mean,
that was oh
Tide
god.
has
it was
refresher
painful.
and 1k gold and buyback if he wants to. It's like
I mean, look at the individual heroes' net worth. You know, the top two cores of the side of Empire, 15k on your Gyro, 15k
But man, that
on
fight
your
was-
DK,
it
and
was
then it's
so
11k
close.
and 10k on Dendy and Havorst. It's
It
a
was
massive
seconds
difference.
off though. Like honestly, seconds away from them being able to defend that.
yeah. But like they had BKBs on everyone. Everyone is BKB'd and Leshrac doesn't do anything for BKB. He was standing here with like 4 heroes around him, didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then he just died, and then died again.
I mean, the first BKBs were really nice because both Havos and Dendi dodged the first Ravage.
Yeah.
And that was why the beginning of the fight didn't look so bad. And Funnick also charged through their entire team when he came back into the fight as well. Stopped the second Ravage from immediately coming out. I don't know. It was really, really close. Unfortunate that Na'Vi didn't have the time they needed for buybacks.
I think if Enchantress had a BKB, this game would be different.
Yeah, definitely.
Because she just dies in a Ravage.
Yeah. She also doesn't have much attack speed either.
Yeah.
He hasn't even been able to finish Shreds.
No Treads, no Mom, no BKB.
I mean, he has kind of recovered, I guess.
Yeah.
Like he's
definitely.
He's gotten some kills to his name, but he's still the lowest net worth in the game. Like lower than Avenge even.
Imagine if he had Midas like earlier on and been like 11k net worth now.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Could have had definitely a lot more at this point. But I also feel like the early rotations from Na'Vi could have also accomplished more.
Yeah.
War smoke up from Na'Vi. Maybe they're looking to bait here with Vorst, and indeed they're going to go in on the Vorst Empire with the first Ravage, but BKB already popped by Denny, finds a slowing wave onto 2, blinks forward, trying to continue the fight. Resolution, he's on the back of it, and they're going to be able to bring down Dendi, even though he jumps in, Dendi's down. Zaneko falls as well on top of the already dead Vorst. GG is called, and at the end of the day, I mean, the fights like that, Empire just, the damage is too much for Na'Vi.
We also kind of knew that Empire would have a better late game, like that. It gets to like 40 plus minutes with DK Gyro. It's very hard to win, especially against double Ravage. I think the early BKB from Dendi was a necessity, but it also hurt him so bad. Like he never finished his second item. I'm pretty sure he didn't even get Hex by the time that game ended.
He didn't get a Hex at the end there.
He had Ultimate Orb only.
And about 2.7k gold. It was close.
But he was forced into that position. Like he literally had to make BKB. Otherwise, they would have never been able to win a team fight. So I feel even in those adverse circumstances, he played great. It's just like the Enchantress for me fell flat in the early game. Like Funnick's decision to charge in by himself when they were by Roshan and not just get the Aegis for his team. Being like 10 seconds off buyback when you're defending your high ground. Like there were so many little things that could have gone differently for Na'Vi.
For sure. I mean, they didn't have any physical damage either on Navi's side. So we talked about the DK and Gyro, but as soon as they got BKBs, the fights just were unwinnable. Like, and the Refresher Tide on top of that. It's just too much for Na'Vi to handle.
Yeah, I mean, Ivan's Ravages were on point. I mean, there was a couple that kind of looked flashy, but then they'd still lose the fight. But at the end of the day, you know, the Ravages were huge. The fact that he did get a very good timing on the Refresher Orb, and at the end of the day, that fight in the mid lane specifically. Obviously, Na'Vi dodged the instant first Ravage, but then the second Ravage comes through, throws them all up in the air, and suddenly Na'Vi are all dead.
Yeah.
But, well, Na'Vi versus Empire. So far, hopefully the next game's going to be like this, because that was a very exciting game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that at home too. With myself, Odie Pixel and Draskell and 8mother here at the ASUS ROG DreamLeague Season 3. But we're going to be back for Game 2 very shortly. We're going to throw you over to some adverts and then over to our panel, where 8mother, you'll be heading over there and giving you guys a little bit of a talk through on what we've just seen. And, well, good luck to Shane. He's going to have to try and find the best fight of that match, and there was quite a few to be had. But from ourselves anyway, over the casting panel, we'll see you guys later for Game 2.